43 here, this time doing another LEGO Marvel superhero set review. This time, as you can see, it is on the superhero airport battle from Captain America Civil War. And as you can see, it includes Giant Man, Ant-Man, Agent 13, Scarlet Witch, the Winter Soldier, Captain America, War Machine, and Iron Man. So there's the front of the box. And then flipping this around to the back, we can see all of the features of the set. And this is a pretty cool set. So now let's take a look at the minifigures. And so starting off with Captain America here, as you can see, he doesn't have any leg detailing, but his torso detailing is pretty cool there. And as you can see, unlike in the Black Panther Pursuit, this time he does come with his helmet, so you can see his face detailing, and then there's his back detailing, and as you can see, there is a little bit of detail to the back of the head, and then obviously he has got the red shield there. So that's pretty cool for Captain America. And so now moving on to War Machine. Here is War Machine. This is probably one of the best Marvel minifigures from Civil War, if not the best in my opinion. Now, quick comparison to the first War Machine from 2013. As you can see, this version does look a lot better, and I definitely do like it a lot more. But the older one was still pretty cool. And as you can see, he's got the red thrusters there. You can see his leg and torso detailing. And for the weapon on the back, you can see they do use a stud shooter, so you can just shoot that off and it just shoot out a plain stud. And then obviously War Machine does have a weapon in Civil War, and they just give you this little stick that you can put on his back, and that's kind of to resemble that weapon. And then there you can see the detail on the headpiece, and then there's his face, which is different to the original War Machine face. I do like the older one better, but this new one is still pretty cool. And then there you can see the back of that face, and then taking off the accessories here, you can see his back detailing. So yeah, that's it for War Machine. Now moving on to Iron Man. He is of course in the new Mark 46 armor. Now it does use the same legs as the Mark 43 and also the same helmet as the Mark 43. So there you can see the detailing on that. And I forgot to mention with War Machine, but of course, with the Iron Man helmets, as we know, you can open them up like so. And then there you can see Tony Stark's face underneath. Really nice new torso detailing. And I like how they've given us this bit to kind of act as though he's firing out his repulsor. And then you can just swap that with a clear blue stud if you want to not have him shooting that out. But it is just basically a little lightsaber blade piece and a disc. And then there you can see his back detailing and of course the angry face, and obviously he does come with the blue pulsers for his foot. So yeah, that is it for Iron Man. Now moving on to Scarlet Witch. She is, as you can see, this is definitely a major improvement to last year's Scarlet Witch, which as you can see is here, which was still a pretty cool minifigure, but obviously this year they have got the correct hairpiece, and unlike last year they've actually got the right colour for her powers, using these two pink discs with a pink stud underneath, which is pretty cool. And there you can see some of her torso detailing, no leg detailing with this one, and then there you can see her hairpiece, and of course she has got the red eyes on the back, and there is her back detailing, and they do give us this really nice new little skirt piece, kind of to follow on from her jacket, which is pretty cool. And then there you can see all of her torso detailing. So that is it for Scarlet Witch, pretty cool minifigure, and definitely an improvement from last year's. Moving on to the Winter Soldier, of course, which is Bucky Barnes. As you can see, obviously, they do use Chris Pratt's face, which is okay for the second facial expression, which kinda looks like Bucky, but the first front side really does not look like him at all. As you can see, he has got the detailing into the metal arm there, with the faded red star. And then there you can see his back detailing, and unlike in the Black Panther Pursuit, he does have this alien conquest gun. And then there you can see his torso detailing. So yeah, that is basically it for Bucky. Now onto the final minifigure of the set. Here is of course Sharon Carter, and as you can see, she does actually use the gun that you get for Bucky in the Black Panther Pursuit, which is pretty cool. You can see no leg detailing. And then they do use this hairpiece, which they should have recoloured in orange and used for Black Widow in the Crossbones Hazard Heist. So it is nice to get that hairpiece. And then there you can see her second face and back detailing. So yeah, that is it for Agent 13. Now moving on to Ant-Man. Here is of course the tiny version of Ant-Man, which is pretty cool, and I really like what they've done here by printing onto a trophy, a black trophy piece, the details of Ant-Man. And there is nothing on the back, but it is still a pretty nice little attention to detail. and I really like how accurate they've got the helmet. So now let's move on to Giant Man. Here is Giant Man, and just for a comparison with a minifigure, so just for the sake of it, let's bring in Ant-Man here. The regular Ant-Man, as you can see, he's about the same height as the leg, and then just for an Ant-Man comparison, bringing in the small Ant-Man, and as you can see, the trophy figure is about the same height as the regular minifigure's leg. So it's a nice little scale they've got going on here, where it seems that each one, the leg is the same size as the one before it. But anyway, enough with those two. Let's take a look at Giant Man here. As you can see, he is a really nice built up figure, and he definitely does look like a minifigure. And the only really camera unfriendly side is the back of the torso and legs. And the legs are pretty cool. Now every detail on this is a sticker except for the mouth up top. And as you can see, the legs can move forward and backwards just like a regular minifigure. And they are shaped exactly the same as a regular minifigure's legs as well. And then you can see the arms here are two little simple builds. And then they use kind of these as the minifigure's claw hands. And they can move in quite a bit of articulation. And the arms are held on by mixel joints, like so. And then you can see he's got the belt there with the blue in, which is kind of an attention to detail, because in the Ant-Man movie it's blue to make bigger and then red to shrink. So obviously he's using the blue one to make himself bigger. And then you can see more stickers which closely resembles the torso of the Ant-Man minifigure, which is pretty cool. And then as for the head, we'll just take it off here to make it easier. You can see the mask is really accurate. And then you can flip this front part down, and then you can see Scott Lang's face underneath there, which is pretty cool. He has got a bit of a smirk on there. And this is the only printed part of the figure. So this here is a sticker for the bit where he can breathe. And then yeah, you can see really nice shape to the head. And it just attaches on a little Technic piece there. And it can rotate. So yeah, that's it for Giant Man. Now on to the actual airport itself. The airport itself. Now this is actually a lot bigger than I thought it would. In comparison to Giant Man, as you can see, it is much taller than him. So yeah, that is pretty cool. And starting off down at the bottom, you can see we've got this little area with some boxes. And on top of this box, we have got a hammer logo. The camera will focus there. As you can see, it's fragile as well. Each box has a little blue pin on the back because of the action feature. We've got an AIM box here, and then of course we have got a Stark Industries box. And then basically what you do is down here on these two bits, you can whichever one you put it on, it depends. And if you put it on this one to this side, the boxes will fly further out. So you just attach one of them there, and then put the others just kind of on top of each other. And then round at the back, you can see we've got this little area, and that is where you can put Ant-Man. And you just push him through, and then the boxes will fly out like so. So that's a pretty cool feature, and it is nice that they have integrated that well with the Ant-Man. You can see we've got a wrench and a fire extinguisher on the back there. And then up here we've got two little cupboards under a desk, which has got a computer on, and there is a keyboard printed in there. I'll just take that off. You can see we've got a nice computer keyboard which just sticks there. And then we have also got a clear glass of water. And there's another action feature which is activated by this little lever here, which can move up and down. And basically what you do is you push that down, and then the wall will collapse. It just breaks apart into two pieces, and you can easily put them back in, like so. So that's a pretty cool little feature. And then there is nothing on this side. You can see we kind of got a little panel up here, and then this is kind of the whole air traffic control part of the tower, where they're going to control the traffic. And then there's a little bit that spins around at the top, and we have got a little antenna there, and kind of a radar disc here. And then spinning this around to the back, you can see we have just got some control panels in here with stickers on them, like so. And then also a chair where you can sit a minifigure of your choice. And then in the back here, you can see we've got this door which can open, and there's a sticker on there saying restricted area, authorized minifigures only, ID required. So that's a pretty cool little thing. And then you can see we've got some little symbols, and obviously the air traffic control part. and then a no entry sign here. And these gates are pretty cool. But yeah, that's basically it for the air traffic control tower. Now onto the actual Quinn Jet itself. Here is the Quinn Jet. Now this is a really nice build. And as you can see, it's got those wheels at the bottom there, so it can roll pretty nicely. And this time it is all in all blue and grey. You can see there are some Stark Industries stickers on this, and of course the Avengers logo. And these bits at the side you can fold in and down like so. And this is actually a lot smaller than I thought it would be, but it is still pretty nice, and it's personally my favourite of the Quinn Jets. And you can see we've got this cockpit here which opens up with the kind of translucent blue window. And then you can put the Winter Soldier and Captain America in here. So you can kind of sit the Winter Soldier there. And to close it down, you have to kind of lean the Winter Soldier back. And so he's kind of leaning on Captain America when you get him in there. Like so. And there is a little control panel which I just take out here with a sticker on it, like so. And that kind of goes in front of Bucky there. And then you can close this down. So it is nice that you can fit 2 minifigures in there. And there is another spot where you can fit minifigures in. As you can see, it has got these bits at the back which can fold up too. And then you can see at the back the red jets, which are pretty cool. And then on the top there is a gear here. And basically what you do is you twist that, and down come 2 stud shooters. And so you can just shoot those off like so. And then push those up. So that's a pretty cool feature. And then taking Captain America out of here, in the back, you can see we've got this section which can fold down. And you've got this rope here, which he can hold on to, so Bucky can kind of grab him while he's flying, and then they can escape together. There isn't much room in there, but I have found that if you move Captain America's arms up like so, you can actually get him in there. So you can stand him in there, and you can close this fully, but also with the rope all the way in, which is pretty cool. You can get Captain America in there, and then you can shut this properly. So that is nice. So there is plenty of room for at most 3 minifigures in here, which really is all it really needs. There doesn't need to be too much room, because you're not really going to be using this for much other than flying Bucky away from here and then using it to attack. But it is still a really nice build, and I am glad they included it with the set. So now on to the last part of the set before we get to the rating. The build of the set is just this little kind of luggage transporter truck, and it is a nice little build, and you can pull the trailer off. So here is kind of the main truck there. You've got the sticker, and then the lights at the front, and of course the little steering wheel in there. And you can sit whichever minifigure you like in here. We're just going to put Captain America in there. They can drive that. It has got these little torches on the back, and you can open the doors, which is pretty cool. And then the little bit on the back, the little trailer, has got 3 little suitcases in them, or briefcases. The first one has got a BLL sticker, which is kind of for villain. The other one has got Wakanda on it, which of course is where Black Panther is from. And then the other has Sokovia on it, which is where Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver come from, and of course is the city that was pulled up in Age of Ultron. And then the feature with this little vehicle is pretty simple. You just press on the back and it will launch them up, and it is a nice little feature. And then there you can see inside. So yeah, that's it for the set. Now on to the ratings for the set. Quickly taking a look at the comic book included. As you can see on the front there, we've got all of these superheroes. And then this is the first page, so if you want to read that, pause now. Second page. Third page. Fourth page. And then the last page. And then on the back we've got an advertisement for all of the minifigures from the Civil War. And then a look at the instructions. As you can see, really thick book here. And no advertisements in the front. And then we've got the Win with the Pirate there on the back. Got an advertisement for all of the Civil War sets. And then we've got an advertisement for the Marvel Superheroes website. And then the Avengers video game. So now on to the ratings for the set. Overall, I'm going to give this set a 10. This is definitely an amazing set. You get some really cool minifigures in it. The builds are definitely awesome. And Giant Man is a really cool build here. And it is also nice that we get the small Ant-Man as well, War Machine is a really nice upgrade from the previous one, and same with Iron Man. It's a shame that Captain America is the same as the Age of Ultron version, but there really isn't much different about him in the movie, so it kind of makes sense. And the Quinn Jet is a really nice build as well. So yeah, that's basically it for this set. So please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye!